have located Scott Bauer Trading Advantage to talk about a couple of stocks that might be in for major rallies, starting with Garmin, which makes GPS products, and Gap, which happens to trade under the ticker GPS. Good to have you on the show.
Good segue, Angie.
I thought it was pretty cute. Let's take a look at Garmin first, which makes the GPS. What do you see in the charts that you like here?
Well, you know, after the announcement a couple weeks ago that it was being added to the S&P 500 index as of the close yesterday, we saw a pretty good appreciation in the stock. All these fund managers out there that track the S&P 500 and have their clients' money in funds, the S&P 500, they had to get into Garmin. So 42, which is really the level that it traded at up until yesterday, that's a pretty good resistance point. That's a pretty high point. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it pull off just a bit, because now much of the buying pressure is taken out of the stock.
Interesting. And Gap, what's going on there?
You know, Gap was the darling this whole entire year in the retail space, or one of them. I mean, we saw this stock really come out of nowhere, turn itself around, trade up into the high 30s, and then just at the end of last week and yesterday, boy, out of nowhere again, we saw this thing drop 15, almost 20%. Now, there's a couple schools of thought there, because there's not a lot of concrete news out there. One is, much like people are saying what's happening to Apple, investors are taking money off the table. They're taking their profits off the table that they've ridden up this year. Two, later in the week on Thursday, we're going to see the November retail sales report. And we're going to see maybe Gap's going to come in a little shy. Who knows? And three, there are some stories out there that there is some disappointment from investors and in the marketplace that Gap did not give their shareholders any sort of special dividend. But I think still in the long run, I think it's probably still, got some room to run to the upside.
Love having you on the show. Thanks as always, Scott Bauer, Trading Advantage.
Thanks, Angie.